And here we have none other than the one and only Valerie Smith. Valerie is going to be a presenter in our education workshops at the 2024 District 103 Annual Hybrid Conference. That is April 19th and 20th at the Elements by the Odyssey and in Orland Park, I should say. So please, if you have not registered, please register. Go to the District 103, D103 Toastmasters.org website and register for the conference. But Valerie, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us today. This is just an educational educational workshop spotlight. Let me get my tongue untied here. So thank you for taking the time this evening. How are you today?
I am doing great. I'm feeling marvelous.
Good, fantastic. And I know that you'll have the Toastmasters feeling marvelous on the 20th of April as you give your presentation. You are, well known and well established in our district, and so we thank you for again giving the
You're
presentation.
welcome.
For those who don't know you, though, for the first timers and the new Toastmasters, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been a Toastmaster, and what club or clubs do you belong to?
Yeah, so I've been in Toastmasters since December 1st, 2011. I can't believe it's been like 13 years. And I've been with South Loop Speak Freaks Club, Toastmasters Club 7079. And it's just been a great journey. I am not lying. Is a wealth of resources, and it's what you put into it. And I've really grown from club level to district level, and I'm really appreciated to be in this great organization.
Fantastic, and we do appreciate you. The time flies, though. I mean,
It does.
it. I'm telling you. So we're grateful for your journey and for your leadership and your service. And
Yes.
Valerie, your presentation. Can you give us a sneak peek into your presentation, the title and the subject matter, just so our attendees can know what to look for when they look for your workshop?
Yes. So this presentation is really geared towards our leaders. It's called Rise Up Leaders: How to Become an Attention Leader in the 21st Century with a New Mindset. Because as we know that the world has changed since 2019, and our leaders are in need of help because there are changes that are happening in our workplace. If you're an entrepreneur, you can feel the shift, and so we're looking at a lot of our employees. There has to be a balance between the two, employees and leaders. And so there's a struggle right now with quiet quitting,
Mhm.
burnout, and there's not enough balance. And so I'm going to be introducing three valuable elements, and that is empowerment, engagement, and inspiration.
Mhm.
And I believe all three of these elements will really work in our workplace to bring in this positivity. But it starts with our leaders. And if our leaders don't take initiatives to show up in the workplace, being empowered, have a sense of engagement and inspiration, I say by 2025, well, which is next year, next year, I will say 2030, they're going to be in trouble. So they really going to have to change from this old paradigm of thinking as the leaders back in 2019 and start embracing more of a human centric step as a leader. Things are going to be turning around.
Fantastic, fantastic. And the points that you make, um, all very pertinent to our current landscape. And I've heard about some of these things. I mean, such as the quiet quitting and burnout and everything after the pandemic. Can you tell us what led you to create this message for this time? Was it a particular experience that impacted you, or was it just kind of observation of trends and what's been happening since 2019? Just curious, what brings this message for this Toastmasters group at this time?
Yes. So over a decade, I have been studying the future of work.
Mm,
And we've been talking about the changes that were coming in, I would say from 2010, before 2020, the pandemic. We knew that these changes were going to come in. We knew there's going to be five generations working together. People are going to be working from anywhere. No one knew that they're going to be working from anywhere before the pandemic, but we knew it was coming. So we were really preparing for this. And I was speaking on this at my Toastmasters Club about the new 2020 workplace. But as we got into the pandemic, I start seeing the disengagement. Okay, people are not used to working from home, but because I worked in technology, we were used to that because we had a manager who did work from home. And so my thing is, when I start hearing that engagement is lacking after the pandemic, I said, oh, there's a problem. So now we're going backwards, back to your old paradigms. So I said, how can we flip it back where they understand, okay, there's new technological advances. We're thinking that AI is going to take over and we're not going to have any engagement. But we know that's a lie. So because we can't keep people, we can't retain them. And so how can we retain this great talent? It starts with our leaders,
mm.
and our leaders have to be more engaging now and have understanding that this is an asset. And if they don't stop with the old paradigms, they're going to be working harder.
Yes, no,
Yes.
that's well put, well put. Thank you, Valerie. And I look forward to attending your workshop and hearing the presentation. Rise Up Leaders in the 21st Century
Yes.
by Valerie Smith. And so we look forward to seeing you at conference, Valerie. Thank you again for all the hard work you put in and for putting together this wonderful presentation. So we will see you there at conference. I want to thank you again, and I want to invite everyone to please register for the District 103 Toastmasters annual conference in Orland Park, Illinois, at the Elements by the Odyssey. And I would like to invite you, Valerie, to have one last word for the audience before we sign off.
Yes, you have to register. I look forward to seeing you there because we need to rise up in leaders. Because we are here at Toastmasters is where leaders are made.
That's right. That's right.
Thank
And
you,
a
Robert.
wonderful, thank you, Valerie. Wonderful way to cap off our chat here. And I look forward to seeing you at conference. Look forward to seeing all of you out there in the universe at conference at the D103 Toastmasters Conference. And you have a good night.
Good night.